everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun reading vlog for you where we are only going to be reading contemporary literary fiction books for a week together. I feel like I've been craving some like really unique books with really good writing recently, with lots of depth, but not necessarily a romance book. So I thought, what a perfect opportunity. I've got lots of books on my TBR right now that fit into that category. Let's get some of these read and start the year off with some bangers, hopefully. So in this video we're going to be reading 3 books together. If you haven't seen my face before, or you have but just not subscribed yet, please do go and do that now. I would highly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's jump straight in. Good afternoon everybody. It is about 3 PM on the 30th of December and I'm not feeling too well. Honestly, I've been feeling a bit rough all day. I woke up feeling like I had a little bit of a cold coming on, and then I just went out and did a food shop and did like a big restock shop. Went to B&M and got loads of like cleaning stuff that I needed, and then as I was like walking around Sainsbury's I was literally just starting to feel so rough. So I've got home, I've unpacked the shopping, and I'm going to start in on this book because I'm so excited to start this book. It feels like one that is going to be a 5 stars. This is a predicted 5 star for me. I am so in the mood for this right now. I don't know whether it's going to be one that I'm going to tab or not. I'm going to have to get into it and see what the writing's like. I love tabbing books and I feel like I haven't tabbed a really lyrical writing style book in a really long time. So yeah, I'm about to sit and start this book and I'll let you know when I'm a bit further in, but I just wanted to let you know I am starting it. This is the first book for this video, The Bright Years by Sarah Damoff. This one I think is following like multiple generations and multiple points of views. You've got Ryan and Lillian Bright, who are deeply in love. They are now parents to a baby girl, Georgette. But Lillian has a son she hasn't told Ryan about, and Ryan has an alcohol addiction he hasn't told Lillian about. So Georgette comes of age watching their marriage rise and fall, and then years later Lillian's son comes searching for his birth family. So I don't know who the point of views are going to be from, but 3 intimate points of view. The Bright Years is a tender, true-to-life novel that explores the impact of each generation in a family, torn apart by tragedy, but over time restored by the power of grace and compassion. Let's go. My hot water bottle and I'm ready to go. Show me that don't need no money. Guys, I'm not even kidding. I'm not okay. I genuinely got the plague right now. Like, I think I said a few days ago I was ill. Oh my god, it's got so much worse. I've been bedbound for the last like 3 days, but not like bedbound in the way of like, oh, you must have got so much reading done. Bedbound in the way of I haven't even been able to read and concentrate on words on a page because I've been so ill, but I have got a little bit further through. It appears that I've lost my page. I think I got to page like 110 or something. It's taken me a little while to read, to be honest, just because of how ill I've been. Like, I've literally been on death's door knocking. I am planning on reading a bit more of this today and getting through it. I think this year I do want to be more like intentional with my reads and not necessarily just rush through books. I want to like take my time to enjoy them a little bit more, read some more, again, like interesting books. And I think this is definitely an interesting book. Like, I am genuinely really enjoying it when I am reading it. It's just not one of those ones that you're necessarily going to sit and binge. Like, you just have to take a little bit more time with them. The writing is really interesting. It's kind of like choppy, but in a good way, if that makes sense. I've literally not moved for like 3 days and it's really upsetting because I had like a week off of work in between Christmas and New Year's and I planned to be genuinely so productive in this time. I thought I was going to be going to the gym every day, getting like habits in place, like pre-filming for YouTube and TikTok. None of that has happened whatsoever. I've literally just been in bed, which has been really frustrating because I just feel like I'm wasting my time off. But yeah, this book is going really well. I'm enjoying the writing. I do see this having a pretty high rating, to be fair. It's definitely going to be above a 4 stars. And this book follows 3 points of views. We're only in the first point of view at the moment. We haven't got into either the second or the third point of view, so I'll be interested to see whose point of views they actually are and what they are like. And I feel like I'm going to get more into the story once we get into a second point of view, to be completely honest. But I'm loving so far. It's really good. I'm enjoying the writing. It's definitely something different and I definitely am glad I picked this up. I think I'm going to try and get myself out of my bedroom today. I need to have a shower. I need to wash my hair. I need to go and get my mum a birthday present because her birthday is in like 5 days time, I think. resembling an alive human today, which is really nice. I'm feeling so much better today. It's currently Sunday and I go back to work tomorrow, so I have missed like a whole week of my week off, but it's fine. But I just wanted to update you on the bright years. I'm now 167 pages in and we've moved on to the second perspective, which is the daughter's perspective, and I am loving this book. This is honestly giving me 5-star feels. Definitely taken me longer to read because I've been ill, but I kind of like that. I feel like I'm really glad I've taken my time with this book and given it the time and energy it deserves, and like it's just really thought-provoking and really like makes you think, and it just feels really real and genuine and raw. It just feels like these are real people that I'm just following their lives. Like, it just feels so genuine and raw. So I just wanted to give you that update. I do plan on hopefully finishing maybe this today or tomorrow, because I do want to get this book done and see how it plays out. But I just wanted to give you an update now that I'm looking like an actual human and tell you that this is really good and I really recommend already. Guys, actually listen to this. I do not, as it turns out, have a monopoly on pain. It's not some secret knowledge of mine. These people have heard the stats too, have felt the stats. They know it hurts whether promises are kept or broken. They make them anyway, and I'm the one left out of the secret, and for the first time I want in. I've just got to the third PO. I said, can you please hold? No, bring it back. I just said, can you bring that lighting closer to me? Because I need to film a clip. I've just got to the third POV and I'm so surprised. I did not think we were going to get a POV from this person. And I'm very intrigued. I thought it was going to go in a completely different direction. Thank you for that. That's so funny. The next day. I have just gone to work all day and got back from work. It's probably 7 o'clock right now, but I just did want to update you because last night I did actually end up finishing The Bright Years. I did end up sitting down and reading it all that evening. I feel like this first half took me a little while to get into, potentially because of how ill I was, but also, sorry to keep going on about me being ill, by the way, it's probably really annoying, but you can still hear it in my voice, oh my god. But the second half I literally flew through. And you would have seen my reactions the whole way through because I feel like I did film a lot whilst reading this. But basically, this was a 5 stars. This is exactly what I wanted from this book. It felt so genuine, so raw. And I really felt like I was reading about raw people going through grief. I think this book demonstrates grief really beautifully. And I would highly recommend. I'm very glad I picked this up. So I'm not going to dwell on that one too much. I just think it portrayed love in such a beautiful, subtle way of like shared memories, getting to know each other over such a long period of time, and what it truly is to know somebody and to be seen and to love somebody. So yeah, I love this book so much and I'm really happy. The first book of 2026 was a 5-star read for me. Right, now, next, I have picked out my next read for this video as a literary fiction book, and I'm going to go in with I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. This is actually a modern classic, and I did pull this out for my January TBR, so very keen to get this one read. It's also a really short one, and I'm seeing a lot of people reading this at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's just one that will be very thought-provoking again. Basically following 39 women who have always been imprisoned in a cage, watched over by guards, living underground. These women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, only vague recollections of their lives before. And then I think one more prisoner comes along and ends up freeing everyone. But these women, as the title suggests, have never known men. So this will be really interesting. I will let you know when I've started in on this book. Hopefully it will be tonight, although I am absolutely exhausted right now. I'm so tired because I've been in Bath all day. I am now 85 pages into I Who Have Never Known Men. And I kind of had the wrong end of the stick when I was telling you the plot. It's not that they've never ever met any men. Essentially, you've got 39 women who are stuck in this bunker who don't remember anything from their past lives, but they did have a past life where men were involved. They'd lived very normal lives for quite a long time. And essentially they were drugged their memories pretty much erased and wiped and then put in this bunker. So it's not that they've never met men, they just don't really remember much from their past lives, and they don't remember how they got there. They have no idea if they're even on planet Earth. And then you've got the character whose point of view we're in, the narrator, and she is a lot younger than all the rest. She's maybe like, she doesn't know how old she is because they have no sense of time. And it's really interesting because they're like wondering whether they're on normal time or not. Like, are their days actually 24-hour days, or have they been conditioned to live like 15-hour days? I feel like my throat still sounds a bit screwed up, so excuse that. But yeah, the character we're following, she might be 12, she might be 16, she literally has no idea, and she's also never seen herself, like, because they have no mirrors there. It's a really weird setup, very dystopian, very interesting, definitely very unique and different to anything I've ever picked up before, which is really interesting. I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. I have no idea what this is going to be ratings wise, to be honest, because I feel like I have nothing to compare it to. I've never read anything like this before. I've got guards, there's always 3 male guards on shift. They can't speak to the guards and the guards can't speak to them, and it's all a really weird situation. So they don't actually really know any men at the current point in time, but it's not that they don't know that men exist or anything like that. I will see you tomorrow. Night night. Just about to sit and hopefully finish this before I go out for dinner for my mum's birthday. I have like 20 pages left. I have just finished I Who Have Never Known Men, and I feel like on one hand I have a lot to say, on the other hand I have nothing to say, and on one hand I have a lot of questions, and on the other hand I have no questions, because I know that it was meant to be written like this. It was meant to leave you with a lot of questions. It wasn't meant to be a thriller book that gave you all of the answers and crazy plot twists. It was meant to be thought-provoking, and that it certainly was. I'm going to try and get some thoughts that I wrote down through reading the whole book to share some of my thoughts, because I feel like just out of memory right now I'm very tired. You're not going to get a cohesive review, so let's have a look what I wrote down. It's definitely one of those open-ended books that will leave you with a lot of questions, wanting answers, but you just have to kind of go into it knowing you're not going to get that. Maybe I'll just come up with my own conclusions. Maybe that's what I'm meant to do. I think the narrator's perspective was just so interesting, of how different her brain was than the other women's because of what she'd experienced versus what they'd experienced. And I do wish I had some answers about just the world that they were in. Were they on Earth? Where were they? Where were all the people gone? The bus? Very confused about the bus, to be honest, because did they just sit there and that happened to them? Like, what? In the place at the end of the book, where was that? I think the author, Jacqueline Harpman, kind of teased you that there might be some revelation the whole way through. Revelation the whole way through, and there just wasn't, which was kind of frustrating at times, I suppose. I feel like this book just leaves you with like a wondering if you're ever gonna feel hope again. Like, it was just such a sad book on one hand, and like such a just dismal book. Like, it's so dry and bleak, and like one of the least comforting books I've ever read. Like, it made you feel uncomfortable and sit with that uncomfort, which is, again, a really weird feeling. And I think if you're on the hunt for a happily ever after, you need to look elsewhere. You need to go to a little silly romance book, because that is not what you're going to get from this book. You're not going to leave it feeling satisfied by any means. You're not going to leave it feeling joyful or inspired, but you will leave it just like introspectively thinking. I feel like one word I would use to describe this book is like haunting. This book was very haunting, and I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm trying to explain it without giving spoilers and just giving you the vibes that it gave me, but it was a really good book at the same time. And there was just this like underlying silence the whole way through the book. But in this book, there's a lot of discussions, obviously, about womanhood, love, death, what it means to be a girl, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be human. And I would just say this was a powerful read. To be honest, if I'm giving you a rating right now, I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars, because I am really impressed by this book. But I'm taking away a 0.5 stars because that niggling curiosity in me needs answers, and for the vibes, I just can't give this a 5-star. But it was a sensational book at the same time. Like, that is obviously still a really high rating, but it's not giving me like 5-star feelings. I don't know. But I also think this could be a book that I think about a lot for a long time. So maybe in the future I'll bump it up to 5 stars. I don't know. I feel conflicted about this book because my emotions are so conflicted, because it just feels bleak, but at the same time I'm impressed. So hopefully my thoughts and opinions are somewhat coherent there and you understand how I'm feeling about reading I Who Have Never Known Men. I'm now going to watch Traitors and head to bed. It's already 10 to 11. I don't know how that happened. We went out for my mum's birthday tonight, which is really lovely. Went to one of my favourite restaurants and had my favourite steak and my favourite garlic and truffle butter, and it was just delicious. And then we had like the sexiest birthday cake ever. It was a little one from Waitrose that I got her. I would highly recommend. It was really, really good. I will catch up with you tomorrow and we can decide what my third read for this video will be. Bye guys. Hello to all. It is now Thursday evening. It's actually 9:30 at night. I really wanted to start my next book for this video. I am ready to get cozy in bed. I have had such a busy day, honestly. I worked from home today, but I was non-stop all day. I went to the gym at lunchtime. I went to do a food shop and also get baking equipment. Essentially, it's my boyfriend's birthday on Monday and he's requested like the most annoying type of cupcakes in the entire world. He wants red velvet Sonic the Hedgehog themed cupcakes, but he doesn't just want them all to be Sonic themed. They have to be different characters out of the Sonic adventures. There have to be different characters on each cupcake. So it's his birthday, so he's going to get what he wants. That does mean I'm going to have an interesting time baking tomorrow after work. Honestly don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but we're going to give it a go. Then I had dinner, watched The Traitors, of course, obsessed with The Traitors at the moment. I was always one of those people that literally said I'm never going to watch The Traitors, wasn't interested in it, thought the plot sounded a bit random, and then like I think one person from work literally said to me, no, you actually need to watch this, and then someone told my boyfriend the exact same thing the exact same day, and we just went, do you know what, we'll watch the celebrity version, and then we were absolutely hooked. So it's really fun watching it live this time, and I'm really bad at guessing because I got that secret traitor very wrong. I thought it was Jade and I was convinced it was Jade, but now people are accusing Jade and I'm like, why the hell would you think it'd be Jade? Like, it's so much easier when you know who it is. Like, you really think in that situation you'd be able to sniff out the traitors, but I don't think I would. I really don't think I would. Anyway, the next book for this video, the last book, is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaghy. I really spent a while at my bookshelves 10 minutes ago just deciding what this third read was going to be, but I really do think that this is my best bet. The main genre that it says it is fiction, which really is the criteria for this video, so I think this book counts, even though I think it's more on the thriller mystery side of fiction. I think this counts as a literary fiction book in my opinion, because I've heard the writing in this is what makes this book what it is. So this book is following a family on a remote island. Dominic Salt and his 3 children are caretakers of Shearwater, which is a tiny weather-lashed island that is home to the world's largest seed bank. Like, what actually is a seed bank? Let's find out together. I think, if I've got this right, it's where like all of the seeds from around the world are kept to keep them safe in case of like a nuclear bomb or like anything kills off all the plants so that we can regrow the planet. A seed bank is quite a heroic job. It's a place where seeds from plants are collected, dried and stored so that they can be kept alive in the future. The goal is to plant diversity, especially if a species disappears in the wild because of climate change, disease, war or habitat loss. Think of it as a backup library for life. So yeah, they live on this island that is home to the world's largest seed bank, although this island risks being lost because of rising sea levels and everyone else. All the researchers have fled until the worst storm in living history, a stranger washes ashore. Family nurse the woman Rowan back to strength, but it seems she isn't telling the whole truth about why she's there, and when Rowan stumbles upon sabotaged radios and a recently dug grave, she realises she's not the only one on the island with secrets. So I think this is at heart like a mystery thriller, but in the style of like a literary fiction book. Like, I think the writing in this, I think I'm gonna love it, to be honest. If I had to predict right now what am I gonna rate it, I feel like maybe a 4.5 again. I feel like that's what I'm hopeful for, a 4.5. Hopefully it lives up to that expectation. If you're here at this point in the video still, I would love if you'd subscribe. Thank you so much. The actual text in this book is tiny, really small, so this book might only be 300 pages, but I feel like it's going to take me a little while to get through because this writing is tinsy wincy incy. Tinsy wincy incy? Tinsy incy wincy. I don't know. It's small. It is certainly very descriptive. I can honestly say I've never thought so deeply about a dandelion before, but it's actually really interesting. And it's very good at setting the scene of what this island looks like. I'm literally on page 18 and I already feel like I have a very vivid image on my mind of this island. There's also this unsettling feeling, like I don't know if I'm just being paranoid or if we're meant to be paranoid. Maybe there's logical explanations for everything, but right now they're just like mentioning the craziest thing and then not addressing it at all and just moving on very swiftly, which is obviously very weird. But let's read on. One thing I really love in a book is when they have short chapters, and this is definitely doing that. There's a lot of points of views, a lot of perspectives, the chapters are short and we're switching perspectives a lot, which is keeping the momentum going, which is always a good thing to keep me entertained. It's now 11 p.m. I've been reading for pretty much an hour and I'm on page 51 and I'm going to call it a day here because I'm super tired and I've got work tomorrow, so I'm going to try and settle in for bed now and I will see you tomorrow.
Jacqueline singing not day. When I make a meal, 95 when an option. In the field, they kinda run out of options. She always complain like she not me often, but often I'll be OT.
Good afternoon, I've just finished work. It's Friday evening. I'm very excited. I'm about to have a fun weekend. Just packing because I'm actually going down to the Isle of Wight. I have my suitcase laid out on the bed. I'm just getting ready, having a bit of a dance party. As you can tell, I kind of feel like I look like someone out of The Handmaid's Tale today with my little plaits. I can't tell if it's cute or looks really stupid. I feel like it was cuter with the grey headband. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading this tonight on my travels down to the island. If you're not from the UK, the Isle of Wight is basically just a little island on the south coast of England. And we're going down there for my boyfriend's birthday because his birthday's on Monday. But yeah, I'm in a fantastic mood right now, I can't lie. I think it's just because there's nothing going wrong in my life right now. Like, it's a fresh year, it's 2026. I'm very happy at the moment. I just feel like I'm thriving and I'm very happy. There's absolutely nothing in my life that I would change right now. I just feel like everything is happening the way it needs to be. Like, I love my job now. I got a new job in January and I'm just loving it. Like, everything is just working out and I'm very grateful and I'm very excited for the future. So yeah, I'm in a fucking great mood and I'm reading great books. That probably has something to do with it, to be fair. Guys, we actually need to have a catch up. Basically, I've ended up finishing this book now. I'm back home from the Isle of Wight. I actually left the book on the Isle of Wight, which is really annoying because I was going to finish it on my way home yesterday and I had like 30% left, but I had to then buy the Kindle book because I didn't have the physical book. So I've now bought this book twice. But I can't lie, I don't have great news about this book. I think the last time we spoke I said that the like descriptions were really great. I was really enjoying. It was fun and it was fast paced because of the narratives changing all the time and having short chapters. It definitely did have short chapters, which was good, but this book just went downhill for me. I just ended up literally finding myself so bored, which is such a shame because I had such high hopes for this book. But it's one of those books where the atmosphere does almost all of the talking and we really were lacking in the plot like division. I feel like there just wasn't really a plot in the middle, like 60%. Like, there was the setup, there was the ending, and the ending, I guess, was kind of good, but the middle, there was just nothing happening, and it just wasn't really a book for me, I don't think. I understand why people do enjoy this book, especially if it's for readers that, like, prefer atmosphere over action. And it does feel like one big poem, I suppose, and it's definitely educational in some senses, learning about like seed banks, and like I think it had some kind of environmental message behind it, which I didn't quite get. But I just feel like I needed more momentum when nothing was happening. There was obviously the 2 main adult characters and then 3 children characters, and I didn't dislike any of the characters at all, but I wasn't obsessed with them. I do think it was beautifully written in places, but it just dragged out for me and it wasn't one that I'm gonna think about, and it's not one that I'm gonna recommend, unfortunately. I think I predicted a 4.5 stars for this. That is certainly not the case. I have settled actually on a 2 stars for this book because it just wasn't really for me. I feel like the plot spent a long time staring out to sea. Pardon the pun, I put that in my Goodreads review too, but I just thought it was quite funny because the whole book is surrounded by the sea. And this whole book being on this isolated island in the middle of the sea, the plot felt like it was staring out to sea, hoping for something. There was also this really weirdly placed romance. Like, this romance felt like it had just stepped in from another book. It felt very misplaced and it just stayed. And I don't know what the author was really trying to do with that. I guess it was cute in some places, but it just felt misplaced. So yeah, I'm selling on a 2 stars for this book, I can't lie. Really wasn't one that I enjoyed, unfortunately. Thank you for staying to the end of this video and reading 3 books with me over the past week and a half. I think I started this video when I was really ill, but I've had a fun time reading literary fiction for a week anyway. It was definitely nice to give myself a little bit of a break from a romance or a thriller and just get some really unique plots. I definitely got that from this week's reading, unique plots and creativity and really interesting writing, which is what I really wanted, and I would definitely recommend The Bright Years and I Who Have Never Known Men. So I found 2 really strong reads to start the year, 1 not so good read, but that's okay. That's what reading is all about, isn't it? You can't have great books without bad books, I suppose, because your good books wouldn't feel so good if you didn't ever have the bad books. There we go, there's something poetic in there. But if you are new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. I would highly appreciate if you came back for my next video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.